Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of In the Round with Andrew Taylor and Lee. We are back. Kind of a weird state in the world. If you live in the U.S. right now, we don't know. Well, we have a president, but we just elected a new one, kind of.
And the old one won't leave.
Yeah, Lee, how you doing today? The host of an International House of Pancakes, Mr. Lee Toden.
That's great today, man. Like you said, we're kind of in a limbo state right now.
Yeah.
We're a country without a leader, kind of.
Well, we have a leader, but
Well,
President Trump is still president.
Yeah, but I don't want to get off track on that there because that'll take the whole day.
Oh, no, yeah, it's just, we have to mention it. We can't just,
Nope. Good luck to everybody out there on both sides.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
May the odds be in your favor, whichever one that you go with.
But, so with that being said, we got a really interesting show today. We have a special guest from Florida calling into the show here in a little bit, and we'll bring him on here in just a little bit. But, Lee, what have you been up to, man? How's stuff going?
Good. I'm getting all set up for the holidays. This is my favorite time of the year. And
Christmas time?
Oh, yeah.
Holiday
season in general. I like it because you get 3 in a row. You get Thanksgiving, Christmas, then New Year's. Now, this year, it's a little different, but we're going to talk about that.
So 3 reasons to get shit-faced.
Well, I don't need that much of a reason to... I enjoy a port of wine around the holidays,
absolutely
man.
Wrecked on Southern Comfort.
I don't think I'll be doing that anytime again soon.
But so today's episode will be touching on the holidays and actually including the COVID-19 virus and the holidays and how all this is going to work out. Yeah, so
the China virus.
But right now, we're going to take a short musical break and we'll be right back with our special guest. Hang tight, folks. Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's get right to it. We got our special guest waiting in the wings over here.
Here's David.
David, my older brother. Yeah, he's calling in from Florida, from Winter Haven, Florida. How you doing today, David?
I'm in the future, man.
Yeah.
2 hours ahead of you guys.
How's everything going in Florida, dude?
We're just cleaning up shit, Got a big old nasty hurricane hit us the other day, dropped a couple sticks in my front yard.
How did you fend in that? Did you do okay?
Yeah, we didn't get really hit with nothing. I live in the central part, so we don't ever really get too crazy of a storm, but no, it was cool. We got through it. A little rain, little wind, nothing crazy. It snuck up on us.
How heavy did the wind get?
Worst damage. About 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour at times.
Well, David, we had stronger wind than that when we lived in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it wasn't anything crazy, but you get those winds, they sustain at like 30, 40 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, and especially when, it all depends on how close to the eye of the storm you get, the worse it usually gets. So, we're good over here. What are you guys doing over there? I seen you got your place all decorated, and you guys are all stuck for the holidays, huh?
Yeah, we got a tree and did decked out the house and all that. Kind of did some fake snow, all that good stuff,
We're just trying to get into the spirit of the season. The reason for the season, of course, is our Lord Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Okay. Now, Brother Lee.
Yeah. it's weird because it's probably starting to get kind of chilly and the weather's changing over by you guys. Huh? You start early signs
You know
of
what?
fall
We get these cool days, and then you look and you're like, oh, finally, it's gonna. And the nights have been nice, kind of cold. I'm wearing that new Hang 10 hoodie you gave me. Thank you very much.
Oh man,
but
Mr. Fancy
found it at the
Pants.
Goodwill. Got a smoking deal on
a
it.
smoking deal on that old thing, man.
Some dead guy's hoodie.
It's like I'm wearing a dead guy's clip. But then you look at the future, and it says like tomorrow it's going to be like 89 degrees. So it's like, okay, that was short lived.
It's a desert.
Well, that's the tough thing out. The tough thing out here, it takes some getting used to. Is it doesn't feel like November. It's even getting close to any holiday season. So.
Well, speaking of Florida, we're going to jump right into our news segment here, and the very first story we have in front of us is a Florida story. And let's see here. This happened on November 13th, about 2 days ago. Police are here. The headline reads, Alligator and driver uninjured after collision on Florida road. So this alligator got ran over. Yeah. So check this out. Police in Florida said a driver and alligator both walked away uninjured from a late night collision on a dark road. The Cocoa Police Department tweeted a photo of an alligator wandering on US 1 after a late night confrontation with a car. This thing got hit by the car and still walked.
Yeah, he didn't even injure it, man.
Yeah.
He just pissed it off. He's mad now.
Yeah, so he was hit by a car on US 1 at Dixon Boulevard. So
hey, just so you guys know, I was with you 2 days ago, late at night.
How do you go home and explain that one, honey? I hit an alligator. They're like, all right, where you been?
So that exactly. Late at night, especially. It was probably 1, 2 in the morning, right?
Yeah. Well, my big question is what was the alligator doing out that late?
It was actually about 3 or 4 in the morning, but anyways.
Yeah. Nonetheless. Next story here comes out of France, and we have some people in France that listen to us.
Bonjour.
Yeah, actually, blah, 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 but whatever. You guys, great. Now we have no French listeners.
No, we love the French. French kissing, French fries.
So this story comes out of France.
Apanapas.
And the headline reads, School asks parents to stop throwing late students over the closed gate.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is also on November 13th. An elementary school in France put up a pair of posters outside their fence with an unusual request for the parents. Do not throw late students over the closed gate. The Trilliad School in France, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this city name because it's French.
Paris?
So, no.
It's too hard for you?
Yeah.
There's more than one city in France. I thought it was all Paris.
They put out signs outside the gate showing a cartoon of a parent sending a small child airborne over the fence. It looks like it's like throwing trash bags over the fence.
Oh, man. See, that didn't happen when I was a kid. If you were late to school, you had to go through like an office and go in there and you'd like wander.
Yeah.
How great would it have been they just shut the doors? You're like, look, I tried to get in.
You guys locked the gate.
You guys locked the gate. I'm going home.
Yeah, so parents have been seen actually doing that, throwing their kid over the fence to get them to class. If you can't make it to school on time, do you really think you're really going to make it in the later half of your life?
I don't know. What do you think about punctuality, David?
Right?
Shows you how much those parents want to spend time with their kids.
Oh yeah, they're willing to throw them over a fence. Hey, is that worse than being thrown over a fence? Worse than being thrown under the bus?
I don't know. I'm used to driving the bus.
I'm just used to, hey, I walked to school.
All right. Our next story. This is a pretty trippy one. This also was on November 13th. I don't know why these keep happening. An Egyptian scuba.
Friday the 13th. That's why.
Oh, that's
true.
Yeah.
Oh, that crazy stuff.
Egyptian scuba diver stays underwater for 145 hours. Yeah, right? He can hold his breath a really long time.
That's over a week.
Yeah. An Egyptian scuba diver is believed to have set a new world record by remaining underwater for nearly 6 entire days. Saddam Al-Kilani, 29 years old, plunged into the Red Sea off the Dahab coast and remained underwater for 145 hours and 30 minutes, surpassing his own 2017 personal best of 121 hours and beating the current record of 142 hours.
Man,
you want to hear the flaw? You want to hear the flaw in this story?
What's
that?
They didn't tell you how deep he was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in a swimming pool. Well, I mean, in the
I was
He could've
standing
just
up to
been
my
sitting in
knees, man.
He could have just been underwater for 3 feet or whatever. For 6 days.
Yeah.
well, he was in the Red Sea, so I imagine it's got to be, But you know what? Those old you remember the old days when they had the crazy looking scuba gear?
Yeah.
With the big steel.
All I need is three stoutmen and somebody to run the bow.
Well, I mean, because they had to have him hooked to some oxygen source,
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, what I wonder about is, how do you go 6 days without eating, without drinking water?
Well, here's the thing. Like, he originally had planned to remain underwater for 150 hours, but the attempt was ended at 1:45 and 30 minutes due to concerns about his health.
Yeah, after a while, you just,
Yeah. So
That's cool.
They held him and his fiance also held their engagement ceremony underwater in September, which was which was supported into this world record attempt by a team of medical experts and fellow scuba
What's
divers.
this? Where's this at? In Egypt?
Yeah.
What does this guy identify as a dolphin or
That's
something?
what I'm wondering. He's a gay fish. The next story we have here, I think this is really cool. And if you get a chance, you need to look this up and see the pictures and the videos of it because it's really awesome what this family did. This was on November 9th. A California family who missed going to Disneyland amid the whole COVID-19 pandemic passed the time during the lockdown by building a smaller version of the Matterhorn roller coaster in their backyard.
Oh, badass.
This thing is dead on, dude. Looks just like it, but it's a scaled down version.
Oh, I'll look it up later,
So,
man.
Here,
that is cool.
yeah, it's pretty badass. So.
That's every person's dream is to have like a roller coaster
An
in their
amusement park
backyard.
ride?
Just a roller
Yeah.
coaster.
Amusement park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine living at the amusement park, man?
Sir, you don't understand. I'm buying this to not let people come in.
And you can't come.
But so brothers Sean and Michael La Rochelle said they came up with the idea for the Matterhorn Alpine Escape in March. They pitched it to their parents, Jack and Diane. Did you guys have a song written by
Sitting
John
on a coat of
Mellencamp?
no, Sanity's freeze.
This story's got copyright infringement written all over
Oh
it.
yeah, both ways. The idea of the building the Disney-inspired coaster in the backyard. They enlisted help of their parents as well as 2 other siblings to build the roller coaster. They started work in March and finished in July. That's pretty good projection time for a couple kids.
Yeah.
Building this.
I mean, I think David's right. I think the next person that'll be calling these folks is Disney's lawyers.
Well, here's the thing too, and this is how it all.
Did you get permission to build that thing?
in which they would never do that.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So here's the thing: one of the sons, is an architect graduate student. So
Oh,
obviously,
so these
this
aren't
is
kids, dude.
this
these
is
are,
going to
these are
happen.
adults, man.
Oh, they did this at their parents' house. So
Yeah, because they had more land, but they
might still be living with their parents. I don't know.
True.
They
and
went
COVID,
and they went to school.
And the
and-
China flu.
Yeah, China.
China. I miss that guy.
He's not gone yet. The end result was a roller coaster about 20 feet tall with a track measuring about 400 feet long, and the ride takes about 50 seconds to complete.
All right.
So
right.
it's a scaled down version, obviously. Yeah. This was inspired by a family who built a walkthrough version of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean ride in their home.
Oh, I want to go to this house, man.
Yeah, so they built one
I wonder
inside that you walk through.
I wonder if it smells like it too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it always
Is that-
has kind of a weird smell.
Well, you don't want to touch the water in the Pirates.
Kind of like a sex movie theater or whatever.
Yeah,
the
it just
bleachy
has
smell.
that kind of ranky kind of, yeah. But you know what? That's still one of the best rides, man.
So,
The floor's all sticky.
yeah, why does it smell funny? Why is my...
Do you guys remember that house in Boulder City that was built like the pirate ship?
Yeah, with the mast.
Yeah, well, it's a big.
Yeah, it's called the Pirate House.
It's exactly
Still
what it is.
there.
Yeah, that's badass, man.
Yeah, so...
I had some fucking wild parties at that place.
Yeah, man. I had to,
Back in
that's where
78.
we recorded the album at over there, man.
So in our last, speaking of music and albums and stuff, today is a very special day because for the first time since 2014, AC/DC has officially released a new studio album.
Oh, did it come out today?
Yep. So right now you can jump online and listen to AC/DC's entire new album, Power Up, right now in its entirety. The entire thing's online, available, free of charge.
Yeah, we have it anyways. All
So-
new albums going to Amazon Prime.
So, well, you have that.
And it
Not
sounds
everybody does.
just like the last 6
Yep.
AC/DC albums.
All of them.
I like what Angus said
So-
one time in an interview. They asked and they said, "So what you're saying is you've made 12 albums and they all sound exactly the same. He goes, no, that's not true. He goes, we've made 13 albums and they all sound exactly the same. The only difference is the covers.
So here's the thing. Power Up is the long-awaited comeback album from AC/DC. It's the follow-up to 2014's Rock or Bust. And it features the 2020 lineup of Brian Johnson, Phil Rudd, Cliff Williams, Angus Young, and Stevie Young, who has replaced Malcolm Young, obviously,
He's
when he
Angus's
stepped down.
nephew.
Yeah, so Power Up was recorded over a 6-week period in August and September of 2018 at Warehouse Studios in Vancouver. The same producer, Brendan O'Brien, also worked on 2008's Black Ice and 2014's Rock or Bust.
We must like working with him.
Yeah, so Angus actually went along to say, what I like about Brendan is that he keeps you working when you're doing a project with him. He's talented himself. He knows bass, guitar, drums, and piano. So he covers the spectrum for what we can do musically. And it's very good because when you're working with a musician, he can apply that musical knowledge to help you and make the album, better.
Yeah, I imagine.
And he's cheap.
Yeah, exactly. He works
and
pretty cheap.
and he doesn't work. He doesn't charge a whole lot. Now, I was told they were going to use some. I was told they were thinking about using some.
There was
of Malcolm's stuff on, but they didn't do it.
No, there was actually a couple.
Oh,
that
was
they
there?
talked
Because
about.
I heard an interview with Angus where he said, he goes, man, maybe next time, man.
They said we're hoping they.
Not to change the subject, but have you guys heard of all the unreleased Eddie Van Halen tracks that they have coming out on, through Warner Brothers and stuff?
Oh yeah, they have a whole ton of stuff.
I know that I've seen news reports where Alex Van Halen and Wolfgang Van Halen are looking through the archives to see what they can release and all that.
I read a story the other day saying that they have about 12 or 14 CDs of uncut studio with new songs and all that on there. But they say after they cut it down, it should be about a whole CD's worth of new Van Halen music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
I wonder if they're going to get the band in the studio to record it.
So,
not to plug another show, but Wolfie's going to be on Howard Stern coming, I think, next week or next month
nice.
sometime.
Right on.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. So,
it's too bad he's not on Joe Rogan.
So, let's move on to the next segment here before we get into today's topic. We're going to do just the facts now. I got 4 facts that we pulled here, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on them and stuff like that. And the first one is, there is an official ruling for how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop now.
31.
Nope. Way more than that, dude.
71.
This is done at Purdue University, too, with a licking machine, like a robot. Yeah, right?
Oh, those ladies.
Who came up with that machine? First off, what were you originally testing?
Well, there's a lot of things you got to lick, dude. You don't want to say, what if you go, hey, how many licks does it take to make a stamp lick?
Well, hey.
I could think of some other uses for that machine.
David, how many licks do you think, that's what I was getting at. How many licks did you think it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
For individual, it's got to be over 100 for individual licks.
Yeah.
In my line of work, I mean, $1.50, buck and a half.
Oh man! So, and how many did you think?
I guess if you were just licking it till it was all gone.
Yeah.
Or till you got to the chocolate core.
Till the center.
275.
364.
Okay.
Scientifically proven by Purdue University.
Hey, and sealed in a mayonnaise jar.
On Funky Wagnall's porch.
I'm going to try that later today.
Okay.
Yeah, real quick
go down to hey Dave, go down to Dell's and see if he's got some fucking Tootsie Pops.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
What are you looking for? Beer and Tootsie Pops?
Shout out to Dell in Winter Haven. What's Dell's store's name? I don't remember the name of it.
Dell's Go Shop.
Dell's Go
He doesn't
Shop.
have Tootsie Pops. He's only got Risky Pops. Same thing, different.
I was just going to ask you, better lollipop, the Charms Blow Pop or the Tootsie Pop?
Oh, the Blow Pop.
Oh yeah,
Charms.
Oh,
Yeah. They got shut out pretty quick.
Yeah, there's nothing really in the middle of a Tootsie Pop. It's this little weird kind of crappy
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, it's not even a real Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
But the gum in the middle of the Charms does suck.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you chew it 3 or 4 times and you swallow it.
Yeah, so moving along to the next fact here. This is pretty interesting, being as we're going to talk about doing some airplane rides here, and the next topic that we come up on. Some passengers go to the extreme lengths to avoid baggage fees, right? You know, on certain airlines, they charge you for extra. And it's pretty
Those
expensive.
cheap airlines do.
Yeah, and it's pretty expensive. So, in 2012, a man wore 60 shirts, 9 pairs of jeans, and on an 11.5-hour flight from China to Africa. This guy was like, I ain't paying no extra baggage fees. I'll just wear the shit.
Think how uncomfortable that had to have been.
Oh, my God,
man.
dude. 11.5 hours.
That guy spent his life savings on just a ticket out of China to Africa. He didn't have any money for luggage.
He literally wore all his
I
possessions.
had no extra strife on this deal, man.
I can't even buy a Coke on the plane.
I'm not even sitting tall in the cotton. I'm sitting thick in the cotton, not tall in the cotton.
No shit, dude. But
That's terrible.
That sounds just brutal.
A little tip for anybody that ever flies American Airlines: if you don't want to pay baggage fees, bring your luggage with you, and when you get to the gate to check in, if you want, they always offer the courtesy check-in for free. So if you bring a bag, as long as it's an overhead bag, and you don't really want to carry it, so you have connecting flights or something, you can bring it with you, and they will check it for free.
We are not liable.
Also, another tip for if you want to fly American Airlines, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Go
yeah.
on Southwest.
Why the fuck
allow
would you fly any different?
Yeah, go on Southwest. They allow you to bring your luggage with you.
Yeah. You fly Spirit or something. They're like, we're going to fucking duct tape you to the wing.
Yeah, it's like, you're going to have to sit up here by the captain. Have you ever been in a cockpit before?
All right.
Swipe your credit card to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll just piss here in the aisle.
We got two facts left in this segment, and these last two, I think, these are pretty crazy facts. This next one has to involve the ocean, and this is wild, and it makes total sense because it's so vast. Only 5% of the ocean has been explored. Only 1% of the seabed has been discovered and explored.
I call shenanigans on that.
How?
I think they've looked at more.
I don't know.
Who's counting? That's crazy. Well, the Earth is...
And you got to remember something, too, about this, is, like, sea maps and shit like that, weren't it, like... When they were making them back in the day before, like, the 50s and 60s, they weren't as accurate as they could be, you know, because the technology wasn't there yet.
If you look 500 or 600 years back, they thought the Earth was flat.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying that far back, but even just before, you know, in the 20s and 30s, dude.
Yeah.
The technology wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think...
You know what they need to do? We need to call that guy from Egypt to get him to start.
Yeah, get in the water.
We spend so much goddamn time down there.
Here, walk the oceans and see what's down here.
You said 145. You were down there for 6 days, and all you did was float. So the last one we have here is a really freaky fact, and like I know I really do believe in this one because I've kind of seen it happen before. There are at least 6 people in the world who look exactly like you. There's a 9% chance you'll meet one of them in your lifetime.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I totally believe that.
Yeah, I've met people that look like me and I look like them and stuff.
The topic we're going to get into today, we're going to cover our little Florida trip that we went on. And when we were there at that restaurant we were having breakfast at, David was there with us. That guy on the patio, it looked like David's doppelganger.
I see David's doppelganger about probably a few times a month. And you too. And it all depends. Because
it's actually me. I'm just trying to lay low.
Yeah, I move around a lot. I'm like those old pictures, like, there's Mick Jagger back in the 1800s. It's like, but no, because if you think...
He's a vampire, man.
Because you have to really think about it for a second. There's like, fucking billions of people on this planet, right? Mm-hmm. There's only so many molds they can be made out of. You know how everyone says, oh, you're unique or whatever. You're really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there's
only so many molds.
Well, there is.
Like it's a pre-production line.
Well, there's only so many combinations of shit you can have, dude. And for the most part, if you take 100 people and put them all together, out of that 100 people...
Jumble it around.
Yeah, I bet you could walk through and find... probably 10-15% of them look a lot alike.
Pretty close, yeah.
You know, so like I said, I've met people in my own life where people have come to me and said, you need to meet this guy. He looks just like you. On 2 or 3 different occasions that's happened to me. And I've seen him and I've kind of looked, I don't see it. You know?
Hey, man, are you Peter Frampton?
Yeah, I remember that. That happened at a Kiss concert in Vegas.
See, that's the thing is... Somebody asked me one night at a bar. Now this is back when I had many years ago when I had more hair.
Yeah.
They asked me. They said, "Are you Dennis Miller?" And I was like, "No." And I was like,
That's hilarious.
"Yeah." And so
dude.
it was like, because you know what? It's hard for people to have self-observation of them, what they actually look like in real life.
Compared to Dennis Miller, dude.
It is. When you look in the mirror, you just see.
Are you Dennis Miller? No? Good.
Yeah. Did you tell him to go fuck himself?
No, I was just kind of caught off guard. He's like, "Oh, you got a hairdo like Dennis Miller's," and I was like, "So you think I am Dennis Miller because my hair is the same?" But I didn't give the guy any shit. I didn't even really think about it. But like I said, I've run into.
You did after that.
Well, like you said, I didn't see. They never used to call them what do you call them? Dopelangers.
Doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers. See, I'd never even heard that word until the last few years. Is this, we used to just say, "Hey, your twin is over there." And I'm telling you, I can't think of anybody in my life that I know or have met or have crossed paths with that I know that I haven't seen somebody that looks like them.
That's true. Yeah.
I can't at all. That's why I said there's only so many ways you can look.
Me and David went on the Kiss cruise, and we saw a guy that looked just like Paul Stanley. He lives here in Arizona, actually.
There's
remember
a guy,
David?
Shout out to Fake Paul.
Yeah, Fake Paul.
there's
Gil,
a guy.
you know you're out there somewhere.
There is a guy down in South Padre Island that is an exact replica of Sammy Hagar. Not a couple of times ago.
It might be him.
No, I thought it was. When I walked in and I seen him there, and the funny thing is the guys I were down there with, they had known him. They'd seen him before.
Oh, okay.
And I'd seen him, and I was like, "You've got to be shitting me. Sammy Hagar's down here?" And the guy was all looking at it. It's not like it's the first time anyone's ever said, "Dude, he's got hair down to his ass." And
He
he's got,
looked like Sammy
They're like,
Hagar.
"Oh, do I really? I never thought that,
Wow, thanks, man.
What if Marcellus Wallace looked like?
Yeah.
He's black. He's bald. Does he look like a bitch? now that everybody listening is aware to this, take some extra time out in your life, and look. Next time you're at the shopping mall or somewhere like that, look around and try to spot strangers and try to think who they look like to you.
All right.
Yeah.
This show
Good call.
This show went off the rails. Yeah, I thought that was a good one to end on.
I love that subject. I could do the whole show on that.
So today's topic. Me and Lee went out to visit David a while back, not too long ago. What, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Down to Florida. But on the way there, we had to stop in Chicago.
Not very long.
And then back down to Florida. But
back down to Florida, then around to North Carolina.
Yeah, it was quite the
We're
trip.
going to come right back up to Aurora.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to fly.
So we did that, but we went to Busch Gardens, which was really cool, man. That place rocked. It had some really cool
Very
stuff.
cool. Very
Some good roller coasters, the animals and stuff like that. I definitely recommend going there.
Oh yeah, very fun.
Yeah, so David, tell us what it's like living in Florida for you. Let the listeners know, like how you were from Vegas originally and all that, so it was totally a complete flip from what you were used to.
Yeah, total culture shock. But I moved here. My fiance moved here, so I decided to follow her out here. But
Yeah.
for a sportsman like for the fine sportsman like myself, it's a great state to live in.
My brother is an avid fisherman. He lives and breathes it. So
That's why I'm going to sing this song to you, David.
that is
Oh.
What was that one Billy Joel song about the baitman?
No, that's what I was listening to before I came because I knew we were going to talk to David. I was listening to fishing songs. The Gordon Lightfoot song about the boat sinking, and then the one about Billy
Alexis.
Joel from the, you can't make no money with the rod and the reel.
But
Ain't
I
no
love it.
work
It's
for a
great
baitman.
place.
When I think of David hanging out fishing in Florida, I think of more like Leonard Skinner's swamp music.
Yeah, you got to be careful which canal you go down because sometimes if you hear the banjo faint in the distance, it's time to turn around.
Hey, do you know which way town is? Yeah, back the way you came.
But no, I love it. Like as you guys seen when you were out here, there's plenty to do. You do drive quite a bit down here. Everything an hour, 2 hours away. But but you do a lot of driving. But there's a lot of fun to be had in the Sunshine State. It's
No, definitely.
It's great, dude. I love it. The ocean, you got an ocean on one side, the Gulf of Mexico on the other. The fishing is, world class as far as when it comes to either side of the state and even in the state with the bass fishing. And
Yeah.
I love it down here.
I would
and,
imagine the golfing's got to be good too, man.
Yeah, the golfing. Tampa Bay is probably my favorite city. Go Bucks. Go Lightning.
I like Tampa Bay.
Nice.
20 NHL champs.
It's actually
but,
football Sunday right now.
Yep, I love it down here. The weather's a little crazy. If you like warm weather, we're like basically the Caribbean inside the United States. So it's the closest you're going to get to it. Without
It's tropical
going out
all
of
the
country,
time.
But
Tropical all the time.
What was she like in bed,
I
David?
love it. But my question is, what did you guys think of Florida?
I like
I
Florida.
liked it, man. It's awesome. I'd been there before, obviously, with you to Miami and stuff like that, and Venice and shit. But it was nice, man. It's cool. It's again complete change from the desert, but
I'm kind of with you. I've never been to Miami, so I've only seen Orlando and that.
they've been
and-
hot.
Yeah, I mean, I need to make a trip to, and I'm looking forward to going to Key Largo.
That's Miami.
And I like with you. I like Tampa Bay. I kind of think that's a cool little city, it's actually a big city.
Yeah, Winter Haven was cool, man.
Yeah, and I like your town there. That's fun. Like you said, it's a lot of driving. I got a kick out of the driving kind of thing. It's fun. It's a lot of road work. A lot of
Now, for the
road time.
listeners out there that don't know, when Lee and Andy were here in Florida, we made them strap up into wetsuits and get in the water with some manatees.
Oh yeah, we talked
out
about
at
that.
the out at the Homosassa River.
What'd you call
what
me?
was your guys' first thought?
Kiss my what?
Yeah, it was actually cool, man. The water was freezing cold, but it wasn't
first.
bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad after you got used to it.
It was not
a lot of
really too cold. It was just kind of breathtaking because it was kind of you gotta go through being
Dude,
scared and cold and
I was swimming back to the boat, and like to the first stop we made on that tour, I'm swimming back to the boat, and you can't use your feet and all that because you'll scare them and shit. And I was thinking I was cool, and then like in my mind I'm like, I wonder if there's any gators over here. And as soon as I'm getting close to the boat, one of those big motherfucking manatees come out of the goddamn water, dude, all breathing and shit. I was like, oh shit.
shut up,
I
Mimsy.
thought they tell you not to freak out, but I thought I was going to be the first motherfucker to get eaten by a manatee.
He just wouldn't stop kicking it. He's just all standing on it.
What was funny is when the girl on the boat was like, come over here, here it is right here. I was trying to go backwards and I kept going forwards. I was like, I don't want to get near it. I don't care about this stupid thing.
I'm trying to keep my bearings here.
Well, that was when we first got in the water. Now, when we went over to the other side where you could just goof off, that was fun. I mean, to me, just the snorkeling part was
you
fun.
could tell we're both smokers when we got in that water because we're just like, trying to like, keep our heads afloat.
Now, once you learn to relax and all that, I would love to go snorkeling again somewhere cool, man.
Oh, yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah. In fact, I will. Did he leave? Did David
yeah, I
leave?
think he did. Holy shit. But the next part of this topic that we're going to get into is the holidays during the virus, during COVID-19. Yeah, and we haven't really talked about the pandemic that often on the show, other
it's
than
because
mentioning
it's
it
so
casual.
overflooded in
Well, yeah, and
everybody's
people don't.
heads.
Yeah, we don't want you to tune in
Between
for
that
all
and the
that.
election, we were trying to give you a break from all that crap.
Exactly. And we're not the brightest guys in this.
So we're not going to talk politics?
Oh, I thought we
We already
were. Yeah,
We already did. We're a country divided.
So, basically,
Because of social media. Shout out Our Social Dilemma.
That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Watch it.
That's true. So
It's for exactly what we're doing is why we're divided.
yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Sorry, brah. So with the holidays during the virus, obviously we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Lee, what?
No, my birthday is in New Year's.
Yeah.
That's the biggest holiday that we're all
What
going
are
to
you,
be celebrating.
What are you, a 12-year-old
Just
girl?
so people know, it sounds like Andrew and I are going to be making another trip down to Florida in December.
Shut. Can't release all the details. You're coming back out.
Yeah, we will be
We'll let you
shortly.
know why we're there when we get there.
Yeah, because we'll probably record some audio there.
So Andy was asking about Thanksgiving, and you've all heard on the news.
Yeah, the holidays in general.
I call them this year. I'm calling Thanksgiving Day the Thanksgiving Day blues because they have.
What? Oh, great.
I'm calling it the thanks. I call it. Let me restate that. I'm calling this year Thanksgiving Day Blues because of all the mandates that people are enforcing with the mask and the social distancing and all that. You're not. They don't want you to. They say the thing that's spreading this thing now is not so much airplane rides. They say which are very safe, or I don't know, protesting or cheering in the street in big mass. I guess that's okay, but they're saying that in small gatherings in your homes is where people are or where people are letting their guards down, and so that means like say if you live with this person. And the people are around you, you're okay. But like,
you need to be careful with the elderly.
Well, they say if you invite people over, and they say the problem is that if you have 20 people at your house,
correct,
and 2 people are asymptomatic, means they don't show any symptoms, but they have it. Yeah. They can give it to somebody unwillingly or unknowingly. And those people might not be asymptomatic. They could actually get, especially if they're old or feeble or sick or something like that.
Yes, I see now.
So the thing I worry about here is that...
Where did the COVID touch you?
Exactly where did the COVID... Right here in my wallet. Is that during the holiday seasons and the Thanksgiving Day blues, you already have a very high depression rate from people being alone in the holidays and all that stuff. There's all kinds of bad things that happen around the holidays that are, that are, I'm worried that this is going to make it worse. So hopefully, if nothing else, try to stay contacted with the people you care about, even if you can't hang out with them. And, take care of yourself. Like I said, there's a lot of things that's caused by this COVID pandemic thing that's just a ripple effect of it that's making all kinds of havoc. But anyways, what are your thoughts, David?
I believe I'm doing Thanksgiving over at my in-laws' house. We got a bunch of people coming from northern Florida and Colorado on my fiance's side, and then we got our mother and grandpa coming up from the southern Florida, and then we're just going to hang out and do, typical stuff, turkey and stuff.
Exactly what they're not telling. They're telling you not to do.
So you're not following the CDC guidelines. I see.
We will be under. They'll be under, 9 people there or whatever, but it'll be fun.
So one thing I wanted to pick David's brain about is in the past, David used to work for Best Buy back in the day when he was a younger man. And
a lad.
Yeah, just a wee lad.
Not my proudest years.
Yeah. So, in the holiday season, there's that day, Black Friday. Everyone's curious how that's going to play out during all this COVID stuff. So I have some stuff here in front of me about the holiday retail sales that I really wanted to kind of just, a little bit of facts or tidbits, whatever you want to call them.
Factoids.
So in 2019, last year, during the 5-day shopping period from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday, U.S. shoppers spent $138 billion online.
Jeez,
right?
God.
A lot of money, yeah. So... in retail sales and just in general, total with online revenue and physical brick and mortar stores, it was $730 billion total during that period. Yeah, during holiday.
730?
Mm-hmm. That's worldwide too.
Oh, worldwide.
Yeah,
okay.
worldwide,
I feel like it's. I feel like Black Friday's lost its edge though. The last when I was working at Best Buy, this is before. Now on Thanksgiving they'll let you go in the store, after you get done eating Thanksgiving dinner. Before you had to it was on Friday. You had to wait to go.
Till midnight,
now it just seems like it doesn't seem like it's just as crazy, obviously, but it doesn't seem like it's almost its own holiday back then as it was now.
It had to change because there was people getting murdered and stuff like that.
Just stuff that was unnecessary.
Yeah, and I never got that. In this day and age, you know what? You can get online and whatever you're going to get it, but they give away 20 TVs for cheap.
Yeah.
It's like, do you really need a TV that bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you're going to kill somebody in the process of doing this?
Absolutely.
Most of the shit they sell on Black Friday. And this is an insider tip, when I work, I could get killed for this.
I signed paperwork.
All the shit that you buy on Black Friday, be it laptops or TVs and stuff, what they do is when manufacturers get done, I don't know, at the end of the year or production of a certain model, they may say, hey, we're going to make 1 million of these or 50 million of these TVs. And when they get done, whatever glass or tubes or processing boards and shit they have left over, they start piecing stuff together for what they have in their their inventories for stuff they've already paid for, and they make the cheapest TVs. They put them
That
together
makes
like, hey, we got
sense.
a couple things here, and this is going to be our Black Friday deal this year. We got this 42-inch. It's a couple different TV manufacturers all put together, but we're going to put our name on it, and
Yeah,
we only
that
had to
makes
pay,
sense. Yeah, totally. That
So-
makes sense.
It would cost us $8, but I've read. It's funny you bring that up because I just read a thing about how I like the stores like Ross and TJ Maxx and stuff like that. That a lot of stuff that's in those stores is made. They say it's stuff that didn't sell at the stores or whatever, but it's not true. It's just stuff that these clothing manufacturers made for cheaper versions of their stuff for these stores.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yep.
here you go. We're going to send this stuff to Ross or Marshall's or whatever, and the rest of the stuff you got to get at
Oh, yeah,
Nordstrom's or whatever.
Absolutely.
keep it up. I love it. Cheap clothes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No,
So,
yeah. I've always thought that about
Moving-
Walmart.
When's Vans going to get into selling at Ross?
right? That's it.
They do now. You can buy Vans at Ross. I
They-
bought my last pair there.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah, I know. Every now and then you get lucky.
Yeah, if you want good shoes at Ross, you got to go early.
expected in 2020, this is the forecasted holiday retail sales. 2020 e-commerce holiday retail sales are expected to grow between 25% and 35% from November to January, which would be reaching anywhere from 182 billion to 196 billion total just for online sales for this year for the holiday season. That's pretty crazy, and it doesn't look like COVID has had any impact on the online sales. It's probably helped surge
Oh, it
them
has- it
more
has,
than
totally.
anything,
It has
So,
totally.
People spending their saved up Trump bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the last part of this topic, the last part of notes that I have for this topic. This was something really cool that I wanted to do because we are talking about Christmas time and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The most popular toy of the year you were born. So I looked it up, and I looked up your year, I looked up David's year, and I looked up my year. And
Okay.
we'll start with you first, Lee. 1967.
G.I. Joe.
No, that was the year before, actually.
Oh, okay.
So check this out. The game, it was a board game.
Monopoly?
Nope, Battleship.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay. Yeah, that's still around.
Battleship had existed as a pencil and paper game since the 30s. Then when Milton Bradley released it as a board game in 1967, and that was the most popular toy of the year in 1967.
Wow.
Yeah. So we didn't have much in them days.
It's still a fun game to play. It's
Yeah.
electronic now.
Yeah, so in 1990, the year David was born,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yep, nailed it right on the head.
Really?
Yeah, the action figures. Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. They had shells on their backs that held all their weapons and accessories and
remember
all that
them,
stuff. Yeah, so and they're still very popular
I
to
never
this
got
day.
I never got into them.
Yeah, me
none
neither.
of us ever did. It was just
Yeah.
kind of it was always a dumb theory.
Oh, I caught into it way later into the thing. I was born a
Bunch of
few years.
turtles fighting crime and eating pizza. We got a
Yeah.
rat as a boss.
Oh, their dad was the rat.
I never got it. Yeah, I never saw it. Him and that big purple Barney.
Yeah. You guys will get a kick out of what was released in 1992 for mine. What the most popular toy was?
Well, it had to be Transformers.
No. The
Nerf guns.
Barbie Dream House.
Well, I imagine that had to have some
You had one
popularity. Yeah.
Andy had one of those.
No, I didn't. But here's another fun fact about that. Include with the Barbie franchise in 1992. That's the year she also ran for president.
Barbie ran for president.
They had a real fucking campaign for Barbie to run for president.
All right. No, why
Yeah.
not?
So that was probably the decline of the civilization.
And she couldn't
but,
be any worse than
And people,
Biden.
yeah, and people thought Trump was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so are we getting close on time here?
Yeah, we got a few minutes left.
Okay,
here.
I wanted to bring up something about Christmas here just to give you all an idea here,
Oh,
a
he's
couple
gonna
ideas.
He's turned into a priest on us.
No. This has got no religious, no theological value to it. I believe it's on the 25th of November, which is the day after Thanksgiving.
Right?
Netflix is releasing the new sequel to its smash hit from a couple years ago, The Christmas Chronicles, which if you haven't
man.
seen it, instant Christmas classic for
Kurt
the first time you
Russell,
see it.
fantastic actor.
Awesome movie. Awesome.
guy.
Captain Ron.
Yeah.
Yep, I can't say enough
Exactly.
about that movie. I saw that movie the first time when I was living in Scottsdale here by myself around Christmas time, and it was such an uplifting, great movie. It It gets my highest honors there, and they have a second one coming out this month.
Yeah,
so give it
was
a try.
a really good movie. It was a really good movie.
And then another thing I wanted to say is that maybe this year it's not going to be as, in the sense magical and as identifiable it has been in the past years, but just keep a hope and faith, because there's always next year, and maybe next year we'll be back to
And you keep the Christmas magic.
keep it.
alive.
Do more Christmas stuff this year. I mean, if that makes you feel good, go do it, man. That's a good thing. Don't try not to get in the doom and gloom of what's going on within our lives, because you know what, regardless of what happens, hopefully for everybody that we care and love about, the sun will come up tomorrow, man.
Absolutely. It almost sounded like you did the ending quote of the show, but it's not.
And I want you to explain to your children, if you have kids out there, that the reason that Christmas is different this year is not because Santa is sick. We're just doing it differently this year to keep people from getting sick.
That's a good one if you have little kids and stuff.
That's all I got to say about that.
Dave, do you have any final words, parting words, messages for the listeners? Where can they find you if you want to be found? What do you want to say?
Well, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, but punk rock painter on Instagram, underscores in between the punk and the painter there, rock in the middle. And as far as Christmas goes, if you can, Skype your family, hang out, don't get nobody sick, and maybe I don't know, let your true feelings out this year. Tell that family member you hate them, or you don't really want.
Yeah, I like this advice.
You know what? The problem with all the people I hated, they're not around anymore.
Yeah, so.
And if you don't like going to family events, or you're scared of something, there's always Skype or Facebook Messenger. You can do a live video and talk to your family, or maybe not. It's up to you.
Absolutely.
But don't let the virus kill your plans. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
live your life, man.
as we close out, like we do every show, we usually have a quote for you to give you some kind of, motivation or something. But I don't have one today. So what I'm going to tell you is, don't eat the yellow snow. Thank you all for listening.
Don't eat cheese before noon.
Yeah, there we go. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us,
thanks
David.
for being here. Have a great night, everybody. Good night.
Oh,